Optimists dared to try to solve hard problems. They used technology.
I have a hard problem to solve. How do I get my money back from BlockFi?
BlockFi!
Greetings from New York City. It is a bright sunny morning here, so I look like I'm coming from a place of hope and optimism, which is what this video is all about. Anthony Pompliano, aka Pomp, aka, in my opinion, one of the biggest pumpers of Bitcoin, who has major financial incentives to do so, is totally in damage control mode right now because over the last week or so here, there's been a ton of confidence that's been sucked out of the Bitcoin movement, directly a result of this FTX stuff, the BlockFi stuff. These are all companies he's promoted aggressively. But I just want to show you this video that he put up recently on his YouTube channel, and this video is called Don't Lose Hope.
Every morning it seems like we all wake up and we see all the bad news. You would think that the world is ending, that humans are inherently evil, and the future is not as bright as our past. But I ultimately believe that this is wrong, and I think that you have to be an optimist.
I don't even want to be next to this guy. I feel kind of like... put me over here. I don't want to be associated too closely to him.
Technology can push us forward, that it can solve some of society's biggest problems, and it can ultimately create a better world for our children and our grandchildren.
I totally agree, by the way, and that's why I'm doing this video using the latest technology to solve what I believe is one of the biggest problems, which is in finance anyway, is you have a bunch of charlatans who are financially incentivized to encourage people to do things that are terrible for them.
BlockFi! Rocket ship, get on board!
So why is BlockFi?
Optimists have the advantage.
When it comes to investing, one lesson I've learned over the years from studying the greatest investors, studying psychology, is optimism is really good to have in life. It's really bad when you're an investor. You don't want to be thinking like an optimist. That's actually really dangerous.
If we go back in history and we look over long periods of times, decades and centuries, we know that technology has improved the world. Right now, we are living through the single safest, most prosperous time in human history. It is the most exciting time to be alive. And that is all
It's almost like the messages for someone who's lost all their money. It's like, hey, but there's still good news. We're living through a really good time. It doesn't matter that you lost all your money because you listened to me or I got you excited about BlockFi. It doesn't matter that I've been pushing FTX on my YouTube channel.
Because optimists dared to try to solve hard problems. They used technology.
I have a hard problem to solve. How do I get my money back from BlockFi?
And they created a better world. Today, it doesn't feel that way because we're hyper-connected. We get notifications and dopamine hits and negative news nonstop all day long. But put that stuff aside and remember that the direction of progress is in our favor.
The direction of progress is in our favor. He sounds like a robot. You know, when you turn text to voice, you have like the computer voice options, and one of them's like the Pomp voice. What I believe is we will find that in time, things will be better.
And the more people who are willing to have the courage and the conviction to work on the hardest problems, those are the individuals who will help usher in that future that we all hope for.
It's don't lose hope. And then he's saying the people that have the courage to solve the hard problems, blah, 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 blah. Like, what are you talking about?
Those are the individuals who will help usher in that future that we all hope for. Do not...
What are you talking about?
Continue to believe.
We believe
That humanity will find a way. Because ultimately, the day that we...
These Bitcoin pumpers, man, I don't know the guy personally, but they are so full of shit. I mean, this has nothing to do with pushing humanity forward. This is about how do I make as much money as possible? There's nothing wrong with trying to, make yourself wealthy. I'm not against that, obviously, but this is just a really low life way to do it, especially when you're not even willing to acknowledge what you're trying to do. Instead, you're framing it like we're trying to change the world for the better. Who actually believes him?
The day that we stop believing the future is brighter than the past,
the price of Bitcoin will go down.
Will be the day that we lose. As long as we continue
That we lose what? Who is the enemy?
to push forward, I remain optimistic and encouraged by what humans can accomplish.
You know what it reminds me of is that scene from Billy Madison where at the end of one of the debates, the guy's like, what you said makes no sense at all. I want to find that scene. We'll end with that.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
I remain optimistic and encouraged by what humans can accomplish.
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Okay, a simple wrong would have done just fine, but
That's Pomp. Appreciate you for watching this. Let me know what you think in the comments. As I said, I don't know him personally. I just think some of this stuff is just so cringeworthy and it's so nonsensical and it's so obviously motivated by making money. It's not motivated to, we're going to solve the world's problems. It's called, I want to be richer than my dad. All right. For CMQ Investing, thanks for watching, guys. Hit the subscribe, share it, comment, like, whatever you like to do. Appreciate it. Talk soon. Later.
I wake up, I go ball, I go harder with my dogs, bet it all, what's the call, need a 10, never fall, polo socks, polo jaws, keep it 10, beat the odds, hit my line, what you want, I